Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the BMW M2 Special Edition around the same rank as my previous videos of the R8 SE and the SLK SE. I'm testing it at a rank of 1396. My tuning is 0504, and in Pro Kits we have 5053. So let's get right into our first race, which is on Patagonia against an SLK SE and an Audi R8 Special Edition, or two of them actually. So the M2 SE starts up a lot faster than the SLK, but of course the R8 SE speeds up a lot faster than both of us. So at this rank, the R8 SE can go around 9 miles per hour faster than the M2 SE. If you'll notice, as I upgrade the M2 SE more and more, the speed gap between the R8 SE and the M2 SE becomes smaller and smaller. By the time we make it up to 1530 rank, which will probably be my next test in this car, there will only be a 5 miles per hour difference. So here, this SLK got slowed down on something, and I was able to catch up to him and knock him down. That is always satisfying, knocking down an SLK, be it at the beginning of a race or late in one. It's gonna be practically impossible to knock down an R8 SE in the same fashion, because they don't have the same kind of acceleration issues as the SLK does, as we have all seen. So we are coming up to the end of the first lap with an R8 SE directly ahead of us and one directly behind us as well. Now this one ahead, he's having some kind of internet issues, and here he just kind of stops for a few seconds, and he never catches up throughout the second lap, and neither do the other R8 SE or the SLK SE, so we finish in first place. It's quite rare to see an SLK Special Edition not running an extra tank. So for our second race, we have a battle between me and all R8 SEs. Yes, 3 of them in one race, and me in my M2 SE. That's the thing, that's what you'll find most often at this rank. The R8 SEs are going to be like 2/3 of all the cars you're going to find around here, and pretty much anywhere in multiplayer below like 1500 rank, assuming that you're in one of the higher leagues. Now, if you're in one of the lower leagues, you'll be more likely to find more noob cars. But up here in Champion League, that's pretty much all you'll find. So 2 of the R8 SEs have wrecked, and the one ahead of us is the one who has not wrecked. That is what I've found happens most often around this rank in multiplayer if you're driving an M2 SE. If the R8 e-trons wreck or have some kind of problem, you can beat them a lot of the time, if not most of the time, as we'll see in this race and subsequent ones as well. The speed difference of less than 10 miles per hour is small enough that this is what happens most of the time. So we are coming up to the end of the race, and we round the final turn with the greatest of ease due to this car's amazing drifting, and cross the finish line in second position. Let's see what the ranks of those R8s were. Ooh, they were all above 1400, and they were all triple boosted, and they were all in Champion League. That's what I was saying. So here we have an interesting race on Patagonia against, guess what? Not a single R8 Special Edition. That is so extremely rare around that rank that I just wanted to point it out. However, we do have another competitor in this race that is a Chevrolet Camaro, a 1451 no less, that can reach over 300 miles per hour, like 305. Which is at least 20 miles per hour faster than my car. And you can see him starting to catch up behind me right now. So the thing about the Camaro nowadays is, even though it is not dead by any means, it certainly has a whole lot more competition than it used to. And as you'll see in this race, the Camaro is definitely more powerful than the M2 Special Edition at this rank, but it's not like it just has free roam and nothing else can compete against it anymore. So for anybody who is wondering whether or not you wish to buy the Camaro nowadays still with all these other special edition cars, I would say it is still worth it. It's just a token car, and if you have that many tokens, and especially if you have a lot more tokens than that, it is still a very worthwhile car to pick up, but you really need to tune it to at least that 1450 tune. As you can see here, he did pass me before the first lap, but then he wrecked. As you all know, the Camaro is not very forgiving in wrecks, thus he was never able to catch up anywhere close to me again, and I came in first place. It was a typical 1450 tune, 0500, 5050, and triple boosted. Now for a race on Alps, in which you'll see what will happen a lot of the time if you drive the M2 SE against very skilled R8 SE drivers. And the car behind us is a Cigaris. Interestingly, the same guy, Voidar, who was playing in that SLK Special Edition that I beat in the first race of the video. So the Cigaris, unfortunately, is basically dead in multiplayer now, with all of the Special Edition cars being better than it at pretty much every rank. So it's still a good credits multiplayer car, and still one of the best credits multiplayer cars in the game. So if you're a beginner and you want a competitive car, don't have many tokens, the Cigaris is still a good car to get, especially if you're in low leagues. You can probably still get to Pro League fairly easily with it. But I doubt Champion League is possible with it anymore. So this is, as I said, what usually happens when you get in a race with R8 SEs at this rank. They just pull ahead, and you never catch up to them again, because they start up fast and they're just fast in general, and if they don't wreck or have a mistake, there is really not much chance you're going to be able to catch up to them. Now for a race on Ice Cave, where we face a normal BMW M2, a Chevrolet Camaro that is over 100 rank higher than us, and an R8 SE that is around 40 rank lower. And we will see just how overpowered the R8 is, even if it's at lower rank than the M2 Special Edition. Because the thing is, the R8 Special Edition can reach the speed of this M2 SE, 283 miles per hour, probably at like 200 rank lower, and I'm not even kidding about that. So now guys, I will ask the question that has probably been asked multiple times before on the communities, but I'd like to know what the majority of you guys think. Which is your favorite Special Edition car, number one, in terms of looks, and number two, in terms of performance? That is something very interesting, and I'd like to see how you guys feel about it. So here I took the right route because it is faster for most faster cars that drift well and accelerate well. The left route has a problem. While it may be slightly shorter, it has the big jump at the end that Camaro took, and you see, the fast top speed cars that have bad acceleration cannot really go either way and still be able to go through quickly, because see, the left side you think is better for the high top speed oriented cars because most of them have bad drifting, and you don't have to drift a lot going that left route there, where you do on the right route. And that is true, most of the high top speed oriented cars do go left. However, there's that big jump at the end, and most of those high top speed oriented cars have bad acceleration. So once they go up there, they have to creep back up to speed again once they get to the top and land. So yeah, there's just not really an optimal route there for those cars. However, cars like this one and the R8 SE can go both ways without much of a problem. And so we have come in second, ahead of that Camaro, but behind the R8 SE, which was like 140 rank lower than the Camaro. Just shows you the overpoweredness of that car. So here we have two R8 SEs and a Servolt against me on San Diego Harbor. So the route I took there is a safe route that may be slightly slower than going left and then hopping the second ramp up onto the ship, but you don't have to worry about wrecking in the hangar place with the doors that go to the left and to the right. And one of the R8 SE drivers just wrecked back there. So the thing is, and I've brought up this before, I think the R8 SE has bad handling capability, meaning that when you turn the car, however you do it, Windows keyboard or iPad or phone or whatever, the car does not turn very much, meaning you have to drift more often than you might in another car because it just can't make it around the corners without doing that. And if you're in tight quarters, like up near those containers or on Venice, it can be deadly. So here we have beat that one R8 SE who wrecked, but lost to the two who didn't wreck. As I've said, that is generally what ends up happening. So in this race we I do not know what that car did. In this race, we have a bit of a rematch between me and the SLK Voidar, who I played earlier, on the same track and going the same direction, just the second variant of that direction. So, as many of you have seen, the Zenvo ST1 Enduro Double Down has come out for Asphalt 8, and here the SLK is passing me. That Zenvo, It is useless in every possible way, and has bad stats in pretty much every possible way. So if you are not a collector, I would really not recommend going for it. You will literally get no use out of it once you get it. It's not good in events, it's not good in multiplayer, it's just not good at anything. Which is very unfortunate, because the car is extremely good in real life. I think it should have been put in at least a mid-S class as a halfway decent multiplayer car. But, oh well. At least the Enduro Double Down will give, hopefully, a lot of V8s. So, if you are like me and have a desperate need for V8s in a lot of better cars, I would recommend at least getting somewhat through the Enduro Double Down and getting as many V8s as you can. You can win the Zenvo without spending any V8s on it as well if you don't go all the way to the final AI, because the final AI requires a little bit more than just a maxed car. But if you just max it, you can win it, probably by saving, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through each time and get the car in 2 or 3 tries, if you really want to go for it without spending any V8s on it. So those are my tips for the Zenvo ST1 Enduro Double Down. Here, the SLK had some kind of a slowing down issue, and I was able to catch up to him somewhat, but he was able to get up to speed again, and I did not manage to catch up to him. So in this race, we came in second to him, but not by a long shot, as you could see. So I would say the M2 Special Edition can probably beat the SLK Special Edition at this rank, maybe around half the time, depending on what tracks are chosen. If you are in the M2 Special Edition, try to pick as many curvy and short tracks as you can, because number one, they will allow you to beat the SLK Special Editions fairly easily, and number two, picking one lap ensures a win most of the time against the R8 SEs that have one wreck. And so I did vote one lap in all of the races in this video. So, in conclusion, I will say, yes, the M2 Special Edition is definitely a worthwhile car to have gotten in the World Tour, which I assume most of you did, and if you did not manage to win it in its World Tour, it is definitely worth saving up its blueprints for. It requires 70 common blueprints. Even if you do not wish to use it in multiplayer, because you have the R8 SE or SLK SE or the Vulcan, and the Apollo IE, which is coming up soon, man, there are a whole lot of cars better than it, it is still a B-class king. However, the Ducati X Diavel S, the new bike, is set to overtake the M2 SE as king on some tracks with a lot of ramps, because it can reach 302 miles per hour when supercharged at Max Pro, which is by far the fastest in B class. So in this race, we have beat 2 higher ranked Audi R8 SEs. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 8 content, and I will see you later. Goodbye!